Hey, how you doing? 10 days in, already Sunita's walked, Lynn's been evicted, England have just drawn 1-1 with Sweden, and in about 10-ish minutes' time, a new housemate's going to be walking up those 23 stairs and into the Big Brother house. It's Sunday the 2nd of June. My name's Dermot O'Leary, and this is Big Brother's little brother. Hi ladies, hi fellas, welcome to Big Brother's Little Brother. In just over 28 minutes time, Lynn Moncrief gives her first exclusive interview to BBLB, and in just 7 minutes, a brand new housemate enters the house live on this show. Woo woo, woo woo. All up to come, but first is the latest news from inside the Big Brother house. All right, first it was Chairgate, then it was Sunitagate, now it's Wee Wee Gate. Alison and Johnny's personal hygiene was under scrutiny yesterday after the pair admitted to weeing in the shower. We can't confirm whether they were together and it was any cross swords action. No, we can. That didn't happen. The victory at Meldrew of the house, Alex, was notably furious.
We only did it once.
Once is bad enough, I'm sorry.
But it went down the hole.
I did it twice.
OK, Alex, I'm sorry, but if you want to talk behind my back, just do it.
Yeah, if you lot want to talk behind
I
my back, do it as well.
I'm telling you now.
Did she just say, if you want to talk behind my back, do it to my face? Is that actually possible? OK. At 10 p.m. last night, the group was set their first ever task, a general knowledge quiz. After much deliberation, the group there chose entertainment as subject matter. They were given 10 questions, which they had to answer collectively altogether. They answered 8 correctly, so they were awarded with a hamper of goodies and £400 to spend on shopping this week. Take a look.
You have passed tonight.
Yes! Get in there!
You will have £400 to spend on weekly shopping.
Wicked.
Had they lost, they'd have been forced to survive on a meagre diet of staple foods, including pasta, lentils, rice, flour oats, chickpeas, milk, apples, vegetables, and yeast. All in one big bucket with no cutlery whatsoever. That's just me. And lastly, not lastly, because we've got some breaking news, fun and games in the house are proving all too much for Alex. Is there anything that doesn't upset this man?
I mean, I've even caught Johnny nicking my towel as well.
Really?
Because I know his towel's the one that's been in the bathroom.
Oh, right,
That's
everyone's
his.
been
The
using.
black towels are the boys' towels.
Yeah, they are.
And I got to my room and it was gone. But you see now I've marked my towels now. I've cut these bits, so these bits are flappy here.
Do you know?
Yeah, I know. But I wish I didn't have to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
See, I feel sorry for any new housemate that's going to come in here.
He is genuinely going slightly insane now, isn't he? And poor Adele, poor Adele's just going, yeah. And this is very exciting. Breaking news, an aeroplane went over half an hour ago, right over the house with the England score. Big Brother called the housemates inside, but we think it might be too late. Take a look. OK. But right now, a housemate is preparing to make her grand entrance into the Big Brother house. And the great thing about it, obviously, is the housemates genuinely don't have a clue. Little Brother knows exactly who she is and what time she's going in. She's been kept in isolation for 3 days. No contact with the outside world, which means no TV, no newspapers. Her mobile phone's been confiscated. But we can exclusively reveal that her name is Sophie Pritchard. Now, Sophie comes from Marlow in Buckinghamshire. Her vital statistics, 32, 22, 32. And this is how she impressed Big Brother.
My name's Sophie Pritchard. I'm from Marlow in Buckinghamshire. I'm 24 years old. Essentially, this tape because she said send it in to try and give my personality to you and why you should pick me for the final cut, or why you should pick me for Big Brother. What I've started to do is my personality I've put down in an anagram. And this is my personality. B is for bolshy. I is for intelligent. Somewhere in there I am anyway. G is for gorgeous. B is for bubbly. R is for ready for anything. Up for anything, you name it, I can do it. O is for outgoing, mad, crazy, and whatever. T is for tits. Well, what's there? H is for hilarious. E is for energetic, and R is for Randy.
All right, it's dead exciting. Now, the rules in Big Brother obviously stress that I can't actually... she can't see me, we can't see her. She might see our sets, she might even see our cameras, but in just a couple of minutes she'll be going up those 23 stairs, going down 18 stairs, which, incidentally, everyone tripped over the last one. I'm just going to make sure... Get out of the way, because if she's... You're right, you got that? OK. OK. Should we take a look? Here you go. OK, come on, come on. There she is. Go. OK, we can see her now.
Yep.
Here she is. A couple of little stats, as you can see. It's all very secretive. This is Sophie Pritchard. She's from Marlow. 22. She likes vacuuming. She hates polishing. She can't live without lip gloss. Apparently she can wrap her legs around her head. Her favourite film is Fight Club. She's scared of spiders. She has a dog called Rosie. I think female. 2 cats, Sybil and Wally. A tattoo on her belly. The worst job she ever did was a white wine promotion. That's her chaperone Susie now. She's saying goodbye to her big old stairs there. Now, Susie has been with her for the last 3 days and I think obviously she must be quite nervous about all this. Here she goes. Last. OK, here she is. Sophie Pritchard is just about to enter the Big Brother house right now.
Hey, Johnny.
Hi!
Are you nervous? Yeah. Don't worry. What's your name?
Sophie.
Sophie, please meet. I'm Johnny.
You're right, please meet you.
Hello, Sophie.
Hello. Hi.
I'm TJ.
Hi, Sophie. Please meet you. You're right. Hi, Sophie. Oops, please meet you. Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Tom. And you too. Nice to meet you. You're right. Hiya, please meet you. Oh, I forgot to. Hiya. You're right. Good, hiya. You're right. Hiya, you're right.
Oh, I never got a kiss.
Oh, bless you, you're thrilled of us.
Pleased to meet you, Sophie.
And
So how you feeling? Do you want a drink or something?
yeah, anything.
We haven't got anything stiff. We drank it last
I've
night.
actually got wine on me.
Hey!
I've got a few things for you, actually.
Got any chocolate?
Of course. How could I forget? Right, this is from Big Brother. It basically says, this is your new housemate, please make her feel welcome, whatever. I've brought a gift for you guys. It's in the storeroom for you guys shortly.
I've got him in bed.
Alright, so shaking. I am really bad, so...
You're nervous, aren't you?
Don't worry about it.
You're nervous, aren't you?
I'm so
Do you want a cup of tea or something?
anything, I don't mind anything.
Did you want me to read the rest of this to you?
We haven't got very much food at the
So
moment.
quick, someone a talk.
Yeah.
This is the Big Brother shit.
Sophie!
That was my name. That was my fake name. Yeah.
Oh, I know, Sophie.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's a good name.
Right, do you want to
You look all so brown.
Right, exactly.
You've not been sunbathing, haven't you?
All right, now we dipped in sound there, obviously, because someone was using bad language or talking about certain companies and so forth. That's what always happens. When that happens, obviously, we can't play that out, so that's why we dip in sound. She brought in 2 football goals and a football, so I imagine the boys will be happy. Wow, so more of that later on in the show. That was so exciting, wasn't it? On Friday night, the first person to be evicted from the Big Brother house was Lynn Moncrief. she was in the house, for a total of 168 hours, 14 minutes. In just a few minutes' time, she's live here in the studio revealing all. Plus, News of the World journalist Ali Ross tells us what he thinks. And we'll be keeping an eye on the new Big Brother housemate, Sophie Pritchard. We'll see you in a minute.
Pardon?
Little brother, you are 14 minutes into SoFest 2002. Johnny and Alison right now are showing the new housemate, Sophie Pritchard. She's 14 minutes into the house, showing around the house. You can see that right now. Into the lovely bathroom. I'm not confirmed as to whether when they were in the bathroom, Johnny and Alison actually had a wee while they were in there together in front of Sophie. Not entirely sure, but we'll get that to you as soon as possible. Everyone, it's day 10. We're very happy about that. Sunita walked from the Big Brother house live on BBLB on Thursday night. Just a few minutes ago, Gemini Sophie Pritchard took her place. On Friday night, Lynn was the second person to leave the house, but the first person to be evicted, nominated by the nation and evicted by her fellow housemates. So who better to guide us through the trials and tribulations of the last 48 hours of Big Brother than journalist and professional bitch, Ali Ross.
No, don't do that, please.
Yes, hello, Dermot.
I don't want to film for 6 minutes.
Thank you very much for coming on. OK, so, first week, what do you make of it? What do you make of the evictions and the arrivals?
It took me a while to get into it. I wouldn't actually say I like any of them yet. There's just sort of degrees of dislike with this. But I thought it really came alive on Friday with the eviction. I thought there were several key moments there.
Go on.
Particularly the scramble for the diary room, just to get that extra 10 seconds on TV.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was fantastic.
It's so cynical.
Good old Kate. She was in there.
Now, this week's seen our first ever voluntary departure, Sunita, obviously. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, firstly, do you think it was a good thing or a bad thing as a spectacle? And secondly, did she bring it into the house?
I thought she was the Guy Ritchie of the house. In the diary room, this strange sort of Camilla Parker Bowles figure, and then outside, it's South London. So what was going on there?
Right. Do you think it was good that she left the way she did? Do you think it added something to the show itself, or do you think she kind of essentially let down 150,000 people?
I think she let down 150,000 people by going in the first place. You've got to question why someone with that education would want to spend that amount of time with the plankton there. But no, is that too harsh? Sorry about that.
I would say ever so slightly, but you know, you have your own opinions.
She didn't let down anyone.
Yeah, I mean, what were your initial impressions of her in the first place? I mean, did you like her? Do you think she had the staying power?
No, she got on my nerves with that promotional tape of hers. You either like me or you hate me. Oh, sorry, I'm indifferent to you.
Right.
You know, let's see in 9 weeks' time what I think of you.
And the trained barrister thing, did that?
The trained barrister, the full barrister, she's a solicitor's clerk is probably my guess. But
Ali, man, you're so nasty today, isn't he? OK, and you girl Sophie, obviously you had only 14 minutes. She was on the screen behind you. First impressions of her?
First impressions, Nigella Lawson, I think. I thought it was Sven-Goran Eriksson's girlfriend. But I think the good thing is she's got sunglasses on top of her head already. Just save that a bit of time. She's going to fit in fine.
Really?
Yeah.
She's great with the cultural references. I'm very impressed with that.
Sven-Goran Eriksson's girlfriend.
Very strong. How do you think the girls are going to cope with her?
I think we're going to see a lot more of Kate's bikini. But hang in there, because she works in a recruitment agency, is that right?
Sorry?
A recruitment agency.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so they're going to need her when they get out, I think. So I'd hang in there if I was the guy.
Apparently, I have it in my earpiece that the only person that didn't get up and say hello was indeed Kate.
Kate? Well, there's a surprise.
No, not in a pop. It's just
those shots are
telling you
coming
the
off
facts.
any second, but keep your cameras on them.
Do you think she'll help the boys get through the World Cup? I mean, do you think there'll be a disproportionate amount of attention sort of labelled on her now?
I don't think the boys' minds are on sausages and weeing in the shower at the moment. I think the World Cup is just a passing fancy.
Depressingly true.
Yeah. But yeah, I certainly think Johnny seems to have perked up in the last 14 minutes or so. Yeah, and Spencer's giving her that
right
stare.
now, Johnny's actually running. I've yet to see Johnny run. So it seems to be... Don't you women understand? You're criminal masterminds. Just like that, and we come running for you. OK, now, what about Lynn on Friday? You, as a fellow Scot, were you a bit annoyed to see her go?
I was annoyed on the fact that I wanted Jade out, but also the fact that everyone's going to make World Cup Scott out in the first round gags, aren't they? So that is coming. Yeah, I wanted Jade to go.
You did take an instant dislike to her?
Yeah, it saves time, I thought. But
Has your opinion changed about her?
Absolutely, no, absolutely. I couldn't warm to Jade if we were cremated together.
Why is that?
It's like having your worst garage music radio station on in the background 24 hours and you can't turn this thing off.
But the housemates love her. She's like their little sister.
Well, I wouldn't take the housemates' judgment on anything necessarily. But I do like the stories about a one-armed lesbian mum. I'm beginning to warm to those. Which
we won't comment on. Why do you think she's so popular within the house?
Because she's bland. She's just kind of a cuddly little sister, I suppose. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
No,
here,
sure,
because,
but I mean, I can understand to a degree in that she certainly evokes emotions.
She's not aggressive when she's drunk or anything like that. So I think she takes a regular shower. I'd be struggling to say reasons why they like Jade because
Okay, so
I do not like her.
So what's been your highlight so far then?
Alex's sausage chat. I thought that was majestic.
It was only the first night, wasn't it?
Yeah. that you could replay that again and again. I would never tire of Alex.
Just to
talking
recap,
about
that was
sausages.
Alex saying already it's only the first
I've really
night.
got a fault in those sausages.
Yeah, and well, someone's eaten one of the sausages, and I quite fancy one of them sausages. He was bereft over it.
That was wonderful. That was Big Brother gold.
And lastly, who do you think will win?
Fingers crossed, Argentina.
Anyone get that? I quite liked it. Okay, thank you very much, Andy. More from you later. Go on.
Johnny.
Johnny, okay, thank you. Okay, so she's had the weekend to recover from a Big Brother ordeal and to get to grips with life in the real world. Lynn will be live in the BBL studio in less than a few minutes' time. Less than a few minutes' time, she'll mean one, which isn't factually correct. In a few minutes' time, to tell us all about the Big Brother experience. But did she deserve the boot, or was she just unlucky to be up against the ever-popular Jade? If you've got the questions for Lynn, why don't you call us, text us, or email us right now? Here are the numbers. If you'd like to call us at Big Brother's Little Brother, then phone 09011 call BBLB. That's 09011 2255 Or you can email us. The address is bblb@channel4.com, bblb@channel4.com. Or you can text us. Just stick the word studio at the start of your message and send it to the Big Brother text number 83188. Nice fly sting. OK, Lynn will be making her grand entrance into the BBLB studio in just a few minutes' time. First, let's take a look at the lady in action.
My name's Lynn. I would like to apply for Big Brother because it would be the best birthday present ever.
I'm Lynn! Hello!
I would probably come across as being quite neutral, especially if I managed to stay a bit quieter than I normally am. The thing that could happen when I'm in the house that would make me want to leave would possibly be loads of bad atmosphere, which I really don't think there will be.
I think you're quite cocky.
It'd be even nicer if you were a bit quieter.
All right.
Do you mind if I come into bedroom?
Actually, yeah, I do.
I think I'll maybe be in there for 2 or maybe 3 weeks. I just have a feeling that I might get voted out. I really don't know why, but that's how I'm feeling. I wouldn't like to be the first person to be evicted, not at all.
Lynn.
Oh, I knew it.
I think that I would be quite embarrassed, actually, but I'd get over it.
It was really nice knowing you all. I feel so emotional. I feel very emotional.
OK, she's here in just a couple of minutes' time. We have 2 down, we've got 10 to go, and tomorrow the housemates begin their first round of nominations. But what would happen if it was up to you? We're running our poll on our website, www.channel4.com/Big Brother, and we should see a popularity poll right now. I've got Ali with me here to just take a look at this. Ali, I can tell you, so far Spencer is in the lead, doing very well actually, followed by Johnny, Adele, and then Sandy. Any reactions to that, Spencer? What do you think about Spencer?
I wouldn't like is too strong a word for Spencer, but he is that kind of everyman figure for the first few days. Just the sheer horror on his face. I think it did kind of reflect what a lot of people were thinking. And yeah,
I think the country was very, very much warm to Spencer. I think when he first went in there, you know, he didn't get up when the ladies walked in the room, which is a sure sign of caddish behaviour, in my opinion. But you know, I think since then, you know, I genuinely think that the people I've been speaking to...
Yeah, no, he's just from the feedback I'm getting, especially with women, they seem to like Spencer, that brooding air of menace that he will actually kill someone.
I like that brooding air of menace. What about Johnny?
No.
His second.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, is that I only need to say something in a Geordie accent and it is funny. No.
Okay. All right. Adele, she's running in third at the moment.
Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent to Adele at the moment.
Seems to be popular with the men and the women.
I went through a period, I think, of 4 hours where I thought, yeah, I want Adele to win. But she's had sunglasses on.
Very briefly, Jade is least popular on our website. Don't even want you to comment on that. And only just ahead of PJ. PJ's second least popular.
Yeah, I think PJ could well be next out or the one after that.
OK.
Yeah.
Good to speak to you later on. Thank you very much. Don't move an inch because after the break, Lynn Moncrief, lovely name that, the first person to be outed from the Big Brother house will be live right here in BBLB studio. See you in a minute. Hello everybody, welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. I hope we're all very well. Sorry, it's my favourite catchphrase of all time. Still to come today, we have Ali Ross with us talking about stuff. And we have lovely new housemate Sophie Pritchard, who has now been in the house approximately 28 minutes. There she is right now, just making herself at home, playing around with some paper there. Great fun. Oh, the times they must be having there with the paper, scrunching it up. Oh, I wish I was in there. Now, just over 39 hours ago, Scottish art student Lynn was the first person to be evicted from the Big Brother house. This is a build-up of Friday night's shock eviction.
The two housemates with the most nominations are up for eviction.
Oh my gosh!
The first eviction is happening tonight.
No! Oh my gosh!
I can reveal that the two people up for eviction are Jade and Lynn. Jade and Lynn, please go to the boys' bedroom immediately.
I'm going for Lynn. We haven't been interested in each other from day one.
I'll vote Lynn out because I feel closer to Jade.
Yeah, it has to be Jade. Lynn, because I get on better with Jade.
Lynn as well, because I think Jade's funny.
Okay.
Jade, I feel like she's like my baby sister. I think she's the baby of the house. She's dead lovable. Lynn has got a cracking sense of humour. Get on with her really well, really like her, but I'm going to go for Lynn over Jade.
Jade and Lynn, your fellow housemates have now cast their votes. And the person that they have chosen to leave the Big Brother house is...
Lynn. Lynn.
Lynn.
I knew it, see, I knew it. Oh, it's so horrible. Oh, it's okay.
So long.
Good luck, yeah?
Farewell. I'll be to say goodbye. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Bet those stairs were a nightmare and them heels. Oof. Right, she's had the weekend to recover from a 7-day stint in the BB house. It's time now to welcome the Highland Terrier. That is Lynn Moncrief. That was a lovely intro. Very impressed by that. How you doing?
I'm very well,
You
thank
seem
you.
very well-rounded and at ease with the whole...
I am. Well, how else can I take it? It is a bit disappointing, and I thought I'd be in longer than a week, but it's in their shoes, so I just have to get over it.
OK. Friday night's eviction. Oh, hang on a second. I believe you might have trouble with sound, so unfortunately I'm going to have to nuzzle up to you.
Well,
Up to me.
Oh, thanks. Bless you for that. There we go. Do you mind holding that in a kind of bizarre pop star way?
Okay, easy.
Thank you. OK. So you've had the weekend to recover. Friday night's eviction, however, must have been a shock to the system.
It was. It wasn't too nice.
Tell me what went through your head, like firstly when you realised you were nominated, and then when you actually realised you were going to go.
When I heard there was going to be nominations that night, I had a feeling it might be me because I did kind of put my foot in it with the whole Spencer thing, but which I regret slightly, not too much, but slightly,
Right.
and I had a feeling that it would be me and someone else. So it was just unfortunate that I had to go, but
Do you think if you'd been up against someone else in the house, as opposed to Jade, because Jade, whilst, you've obviously realised Jade is not particularly popular with the public, with all the polls and so forth, she seems to be amazingly popular in the house.
Well, I think everyone's just like treating her as their little kid. She's like the baby of the family, so that's just how it's going. And she's a nice, bubbly girl, but she's slightly too loud, but she's all right, yeah, she's okay.
So what have you been up to since Friday?
Just relaxing, taking it easy, just enjoying the sunshine down here. I love London, love the sunshine.
Have you had a chance to take stock? I mean, have you been hounded, or has it all been quite easy?
No, I've
It's
had a
all been
few
quite
interviews.
civilised?
I've had a few interviews with some of the tabloids, and I've turned down quite a big one, actually. I've turned down quite a lot of money to be nasty about all the housemates.
Good,
I
good
don't
for
think
you.
it's really necessary to be nasty about them. So.
Absolutely. Good. Great dignity.
It
Do you think the general public saw the real you inside the house?
Not at all, no.
In what respect?
I felt like my personality was somewhat eclipsed because there was some larger-than-life characters in there, and I felt like I had to withdraw slightly and just, I was a lot quieter than I normally would have been. But then again, I did have a strategy of being a bit quieter, but I had one too many to drink, and so that didn't really work.
I was going to say, do you go in there with a strategy, or do you just... did you go in there thinking, OK, I'm going to be quiet to start with, and then, I'll see how it goes?
I think basically you just have to be yourself more than anything. But, I thought that maybe being a little bit reticent, a little bit quieter, because I think that louder people tend to get voted off quickly.
So I just had really one loud moment.
And then the alcohol happened. Dum 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 dum.
I think that's why I did start to drink, was because I was feeling so sort of isolated in a way, because everyone was bonding much faster than I was. And
I have to stress, I mean, it's not like you hung out in the park with, like, cans of super tea. I mean, you weren't drinking that heavily.
It only really happened once, you know, so...
Boy, did it happen. OK, you've left. This is what the housemates said about you after you'd gone.
OK, let's see.
She just didn't, I don't know, there's something about her, wasn't it? I don't think we did. She did get involved.
She did try to get involved, but she had a weird ways.
You get somebody who's got high values, or someone like, God, they're there for her, they want to have a good time. It's 2 in the morning away from her, she's moaning because she wants to get some kid. What a boring cat.
Sorry, to be honest with you, I think when you both went into bedroom, we all knew it was going to be Lynn who was going to go.
I think that's shocking.
Terrible. OK, right, let's say some bad things about them now.
OK, first thing, I mean, from what you've seen post-eviction, from what you've seen in the shows, if you've watched any of the shows or what you've seen there, has your opinion about any of the housemates changed? Because, I mean, to be honest with you didn't really get on with PJ anyway, so your opinion of PJ
really. I'm not bothered about what he said, but I thought he was pretty boring, actually, but I don't...
Hold it there.
Sure,
Sorry,
sure.
I can hear you. Beg your pardon.
No, I'm still not going to be nasty about them, no. I think they're all decent
I don't
people.
want you to be nasty about them, but has your opinion changed about them? Is there anyone there
Not really, no.
that you thought you trusted that...
I was slightly I felt a little bit let down by Adele, because, you know, out of everyone, I think I got quite friendly with her, and she chose Jade over me, but then Jade was very, very tactile, and she was very touchy-feely with everyone, and I think she was closer to everyone than I was, but like I said, it would have taken me a little bit more time, and I just didn't have enough time in there.
Who did you get on with? I mean, there's one person there.
Johnny.
Really?
Johnny, Alison, Kate to a certain extent, all of them really, but especially Johnny. Yeah, he's really nice. Yeah, I like Johnny.
OK, cool. Now, Sandy's way of dealing with the eviction was to try and lighten the mood, which he did. Now, let's take a look.
After you and I having that chat, I just thought, well, I'll just be honest and just say, you know...
Yeah.
You know, Lynn, go back up to Scotland and have a good summer, mate. Get a job, make some money.
Now, were you upset by that?
Well, I was slightly, because he's a fellow Scot. I wouldn't have voted him out. And, yeah, I thought he might have stuck up for me, but there you go.
What you said straight after that was quite choice as well. I can't say it now, and you certainly can't say it now.
No, I can't.
But, so therefore, I mean, did you really want to, like...
Well, I didn't really hit it off too well with Sandy, actually. I thought he was an all-right person, but, you know, I didn't really have much in common with him. Even though he's into fashion and everything like that, which I am as well, but I still didn't really take to Sandy, and I'm sure he felt the same way about me. So...
It's funny, because certainly, and you don't look in, I'm not saying this to butter you up, but, you know, you don't look your age, and Sandy, Sandy's, you know, slightly older than you, I know, but you're the two of the elder statesmen in the house.
Yeah.
Did you expect that, you know, being one of the older members of the group, that, you know, you bond with him, and did you feel at all isolated that you were?
Yes, definitely. The age factor had a big difference, because I couldn't be bothered to partake in a lot of the conversation, because a lot of the time the conversation was really quite banal, you know, and so I would just take myself off and do some housework or cook or, you know, but I should have possibly, on retrospect, I should have really joined in a lot more.
I was going to say, because that's where from watching it, that's where the kind of the bougie night came from, and it was like...
Yeah.
And I remember watching it, and I came in the next morning, and so you have to see this, and I was watching it, and I was going... She said what? Because like you said, you were so placid, and it was just like,
I know.
bang! OK, let's have a look at one of those nights in question, the PJ incident, a quick reminder.
Right.
You want to come and talk to me while you're in the toilet, just ask.
But it's not like you're seeing anything, you know what I mean? It's just somebody sitting there.
Listen.
Like that.
Well, all right, fair enough. It's fine, I'm fine anyway. It's no big deal, you know what I mean?
No, it is not. Obviously, it is a big deal. It obviously is a big deal to you.
I'm not arguing with you.
I will never, ever, ever do it again.
I don't mind, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't mind.
Now, that looked to me like you were kind of... You just thought to yourself, do you know what? This guy's been annoying me all week. I think I'm going to pick a fight on him.
It really didn't mean to come across like that. It was such a shame, but I think he was making quite a big deal out of not very much, really, you know, and... That's a shame that happened, but...
You walked in the toilet for the poor man.
Yeah, but I never seen anything, you know.
He's just there like this.
Yeah, but I mean, he just had his trousers around his ankles. Not a big deal. You know, I've never seen anything.
Why did you do it? To see what would happen?
I guess so. I was just in a mischievous mood, wasn't I? So.
And what about Spencer?
Well, Spencer, I think I just took a slight dislike to him because he was so arrogant, basically. I think he is. Plus, it's a shame that you don't have smell-o-vision because, boy, he does smell. So,
Does he smell?
Yeah, he does, yeah. Bad feet. And he smells like roll up tabs.
Which is
cigarettes.
slightly disappointing because, I imagine for most of the women, because so many women fancy him.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. He's a really good-looking guy, but I just think that maybe we'll see more of his personality. Maybe it'll develop a bit more. But
did you think he needed bringing down a peg or two? I mean, is that why you said what you said? Because you didn't say. I mean, you seem to just be someone that doesn't suffer fools gladly, and you seem to be someone that, when they get a bit of drink behind them, likes to pick a fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not an aggressive person, and I'm not, but I just had one drink too many, basically, and that was what threw me over the edge, and it's a shame that happened, but, you know, I would never have normally attacked him like that if I hadn't been slightly tipsy. But
OK. Now, the first round of nominations takes place tomorrow. If
Yeah.
you were still in the house, 2 people you nominate.
it would have to be PJ and Spencer. Yeah.
Obviously, I guess.
Yeah.
Why so?
Just the reasons we've just talked about, you know, and PJ, I didn't really, I didn't get to know him at all, but he didn't really give me the time of day because he interacted with everyone else. But if I tried to talk to him, he just didn't seem like he was very interested. So I guess that's why I would just sort of take a step back from him.
I mean, to be fair to him, he said that when you left. You know, when they were talking about it, he said, like, we just never even got to know each other. Is it quite hard to get to know? Given that we've got 12 people this year, do you think is it quite hard to get to know? 12 people, even though you've got a week in there, still, you know...
The age factor had to come into it because, you know, they're all roughly the same age, whereas Sandy and I are that bit older, and their conversation level was, like I said, it was really quite boring a lot of the time, so it's unfortunate that I didn't try and join in more, but I did try, but I was just getting a bit bored, so...
Is there anyone you're going to stay in touch with?
I would like to stay in touch with Adele, with Johnny, with Alison. Alison's great, she's a really good laugh, she's great. Really, I wouldn't mind seeing all of them again, actually. I would like to see all of them again.
Obviously, you've hardly seen her, but the new housemate's been in the house for now 40 minutes.
Yeah, she looked lovely.
She's a very pretty girl, isn't she? How do you think she'll cope? How do you think if she will upset a balance in there?
That's really hard to tell. There might be a slight competition vying between her and Kate. I really don't know. It's too early to tell. I haven't even heard her talk yet, but that'll be very interesting to watch.
How were your first 40 minutes?
Great, actually. My first few days were absolutely brilliant in the house. I had a great time. And, you know, it's a shame that many of my clips, they weren't shown when I was having a good time with everyone. OK. Now, before you went in the house, little brother asked you to draw a picture of your ideal man. It's just hilarious. Of your ideal man. We should be able to see that right now. Can you see that? There he is, if you can just check behind you. Yeah. Now, I'm sorry, but... Well, it was supposed to be a picture of Brad Pitt. It's not a very good likeness, but...
It's not a very good likeness of Brad Pitt. No, it is, however, a brilliant likeness of Alex.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it, actually?
So, is there anything you want to tell us about that? I mean,
when I first saw Alex, I was really, you know, I was bowled over by him. He's a very good-looking guy. But Alex, unfortunately, has the personality slightly a bit like Victor Meldrew. You know, he's a bit old womanish, and it's a shame, but Alex is great. He's a nice guy.
Not my words. What can I do? You're allowed to say what you like. OK, in just a couple of minutes, we will be asking you, well, I'm asking you right now, ring in right now or email us BBLB@channel4.com, BBLB@channel4.com for your questions to Lynn. We'll see you in a minute. Hey, welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. Still to come today, your questions to Lynn, BBLB@channel4.com, or phone numbers I simply can't remember yet. OK, we're time now to bring you up to date with all the latest news from inside Big Brother. To do that is producer, you might remember him from such gigs last year as Taskmaster, Rob Wade. Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, dude? Good to see you.
OK. New housemate Sophie, how's she settling in?
Sophie's doing really great. She's a real natural, she's a confident girl. Obviously a bit nervous, she's coming very late. You know, some would say she's quite a good-looking girl. And
did you meet her beforehand? I mean, was it sort of trepidation?
No, I did kind of meet her, but you know, she was very nervous, I think, but only in the right kind of way. In the kind of way she just hoped that all the housemates liked them. They're obviously quite a fierce bunch in there at the moment because they're a bit sort of rowdy, but I think she's going to settle in well.
It was kind of a nutty thing as well, because like last year when Josh went in the house, he put him in the diary room, and then, you know, he came out, and it was like there was kind of a relatively big hoo-ha made about it. Yeah. But she genuinely just walked straight through the front door.
Yeah, she just chilled in, you know. She just went down the stairs. The girls obviously feel a bit threatened by her, I think, and the boys obviously quite happy.
Anyone
about
in particular?
Well, I tell you what happened. Kate went up to Spencer and just started, like, I don't know if I can show you, but it started like cuddling a bit like that. And it was just kind of a bit, a bit more tactile than it would be. Just kind of like that. And, that was good. Yeah, it was good.
That's very interesting.
No, it was very interesting. And I think Kate is feeling now perhaps she's got a bit of competition.
And what's the deal with Spence? Does Spence kind of like back off as a new lady
in
town?
I think, you know, Spence is like kind of the daddy in there at the moment. You know, he's just chilling. He knows he's got a couple of girls there for, you know, kind of when he wants, I reckon.
Okay.
But he's obviously a lot happier now. He's got a couple of ladies in there.
Have we got any footage of that right now? We don't, unfortunately, no. So we'll take your word for it and what a word it is. Has Alex blown his top about anything hygienic or unhygienic today?
Yeah, Alex has actually. He's just been in the diary room, just had a quick chat about some fungal cream.
Genuinely, you're joking, aren't you?
No. We just had
what
him
happened?
in. Well, he came in, he said, I want to add something to the shopping list. And we said, well, obviously Big Brother rules state the shopping list long enough, you can't do that. However, because it's a medical issue, there's kind of problems with that. So what we decided to do is provide him with kind of this 3-in-1 preventative cream for any fungal issues on the foot area.
3-in-1, you
I believe
say?
it's just for the foot area, no other areas. Huh?
3-in-1, you say?
3-in-1 it's called, I think.
Sounds like a good deal.
It's a cool cream, I think. But we're just going to get that for him and put that in. And I think he's...
Did the other housemates know about the fact that he's come in and asked you for this?
Yeah, because Lee was actually with him at the time. It's actually against the rules for housemates to go in the diary room in pairs, but sometimes we allow it. And for this time, we sort of let it go. Lee came in for some protein shake. And obviously that's completely against the rules, so we said no. However, Alex did have a genuine medical concern. He was obviously worried also about the urine problem on the floor of the bathroom, and he felt that his feet may pick up some kind of a fungal infection from the urine.
Brilliant. OK, well, that's been well documented. Rob, thank you very much. Now, Lynn is waiting your calls. Why don't you give us a call with the phone number I can't remember, which is 09011 2255 2252 or 09011 call BBLB or BBLB at channel4.com, BBLB at channel4.com. Or, alternatively, you can watch this. If you'd like to call us at Big Brother's Little Brother, then phone 09011 call BBLB. That's 09011 2255 2252. Or you can email us. The address is bblb at channel4.com, bblb at channel4.com. Or you can text us. Just stick the word studio at the start of your message and send it to the Big Brother text number 83188. It has been a whirlwind of a week. Sunita's walked, Lynn's been evicted, Sophie's just arrived. To explain what effect all this chaos has had on the housemates is clinical psychologist Belinda Board, with probably your own very accurate chaos theory. You like that?
Yeah.
OK.
Thank you.
What effect do you think Friday's surprise evictions had on the housemates?
Well, I think there's two aspects to that.
Go on.
I think the first part is Big Brother announces that there's going to be an eviction, and that there's two people that the public's chosen. And I think the entire group are at one, and there's a period of time where they're together. Then there's the second part, which is where the two people are announced, and the remaining people then have that task to do. So if we go back to the first, OK, so we've got everybody in the room. What do we see?
Are they all being very tactile, are they?
Well, we had people holding hands.
Yeah, right.
We had people going off to the loo. I think people are probably feeling vulnerable, a little bit anxious, like being on television. You know, adrenaline's going.
Sure.
And I think people probably were thinking, you know, at one level, I hope it's not me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's about survival. So I think the effect of that was clearly shock, vulnerability, a little bit out of control, a little bit anxious. Then it was announced, Jade and Lynn, and off they go to the bedroom. Then what we have are the remaining house guests, and for me that really represented a change. And the change was suddenly they're back in the driving seat.
Yeah.
Because even though they're given a task they don't particularly relish, I'm sure some are thinking, you know, better Lynn and Jade in there than me.
Absolutely, yeah, sure.
So they have the task, they completed in only 3 minutes. It's not long. And OK...
Isn't it? There was no deliberation.
Very little. I mean, I think we heard Alison talk a little bit about guilty, you know, a little bit about, well, this isn't about liking or disliking. I'm not so sure that's right. Are you going to evict the person you really like most?
Yeah.
So, you know, there was a little bit of discussion, but really, they got on with it. And that's what I saw. And I think, for me, what was really interesting was once the decision was made, that's where I think you saw the real effect on the group. Because they chose Lynn, and there was Jade, and then, if you remember, the vast majority of the group actually then consoled Jade.
Yeah.
Not the member.
That was strange. I mean, Jade was obviously more upset than Lynn. You know, Lynn...
She was at one level. I mean, visibly, yes. But we really don't know what was going on for Lynn inside, so perhaps she just wasn't showing it as much.
Sure.
It's possible. So I think that was interesting.
What effect, if any, do you think the departure of Lynn has had on the group since she's left?
Well, I think that really ties in closely. At one level, I would say minimal, but I'd be really quick to follow that up by saying that's not about Lynn, that's about any member of the group, because it is about survival. And what we saw, I think, was, in a way, a good demonstration of pack behaviour. They had a task to do, they executed it very well, and as soon as they'd made their decision, the member that they had evicted, so to speak, was really not even consoled, and what we've got is a shift towards the person that is still the member. So
you're saying this was Darwinism in its purest form?
Well, by and of itself, I would say there's not a huge impact with the member going. And in fact, if you remember, the dialogue very quickly moved on to, we don't necessarily want a new person coming in.
Yeah.
And that was more what they were concerned about. They were talking about themselves again, their survival as a group and as individuals.
Yeah.
Well, that was very interesting.
Well, I mean, you know, obviously we don't know yet, but can you preempt how they're going to react with the new girl in there?
Well, we've had a very, very tiny flavour at the moment, because really what you've got a group of people, we've had a couple of big changes, and that means when you introduce a new member, you've almost got to deconstruct that group and rebuild it in some way if you want to include Sophie. And in order to do that, you've certainly got to do what's being done already, and that is take her around, show her the workings of the place.
Sure.
But you've got to include her emotionally.
Yeah.
And whether they do that or not, very quickly, is the big thing. And also individually, I mean, let's take Kate. There, but for any other name, go Sophie. We're 5'10".
Yeah.
Background of kickboxing, very pretty. Brunette versus blonde. What's going to happen there?
Well, there's bonding with the girls going on right now, which I think we can see. Is it the case where people will be, for the first, say, hour or two, give an emotional overload? Because that's what normally happens when someone joins a group that, you know, everyone turns their attention to them, and then, you know, the minute they're settled in, it's just, you know, they're exempt from it again.
Yeah,
you know?
could well be. I mean, there's obviously going to be a lot of fact-finding. They're going to want to know about this new person, because everyone else has been together for a week, so they've shared a lot of information. Sophie now needs to give a lot of herself. That'll help integrate her into the group. But they also need to share where the group's been. Because it has been a roller coaster ride in the last 48 hours.
Indeed it has, and especially no more so than for Jade, who's quite clearly distressed the other night. Let's take a look.
Absolutely.
Okay. Baba. I know.
Right. Didn't want to be sick, man. That was horrible.
She was kind of bereft there. I mean, you know, the public wanted her out. She survived. Do you think it's like, you know, harmed her self-esteem?
Well, one would certainly hope not. I think what's going to be important there for Jade is how does she normally manage that type of information? I mean, there's no way you can cut it any other way than there was an element of rejection in that message. However, we have to remember it was a faceless public giving that message.
Yeah.
I think what's really important for Jade to think about is that the group, who she has invested a lot of emotional time with, chose her.
Right.
So if she can diverse herself from the, if you like, the public, which is faceless, and reinforce with herself that it was her group, her family, that chose her, that should help her move through that period quite quickly.
Well, Linda, we'll keep an eye on the next few days. I'm sure we'll speak to you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
OK, we just wanted to call in today and quite simply ask Lynn. She's joined by fellow terrier, as it were, Alios. Hi, guys. OK, we should have Alison from Cambridge on line 1. Hey, Alison.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm a bit sunburnt.
You're a bit what? You're a bit what, Alison?
Sunburnt.
Sunburnt. Sorry, I thought you said zonged out. I thought...
Well, that too.
None of that round here, young lady. OK, what question would you like to ask Lynn? Alison? Do you have a question, Alison, or has the sunburn thing gone against us?
Come on, Alison, come back to
OK, we've got that. Alison?
Are we there?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yep.
That's wonderful. What's your question to Lynn?
If Lynn went back into the house, what she would do differently?
Thank you.
Well, I always said that I shouldn't drink, Alison. That's what I would do. But it was very difficult because I felt like I had to be brought out of my shell a bit. So that's why I drank. So I wouldn't drink.
Lovely. OK, thanks a lot, Alison. And cheering young child in background. Now on to Dan in Kent. Hey, Dan.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
I'm very well, thank you.
Ask away, Dan.
Lynn, I just want to say I'm gutted that you lost and Jade's not out instead of you. But,
Thank you very much, Dan.
What was your worst moment in the house?
Oh, without a doubt, when I was evicted, when I was nominated, it was terrible. It was a horrible feeling. Just to feel so unpopular was just not nice.
Okay, and what about other than the eviction? Over the 9 days you were in there?
Just the whole feeling of being slightly isolated from everyone because I felt that everyone was bonding faster than I was. So I would just take myself off and do housework or whatever. You know, that wasn't too nice.
Is that all right, Dan?
That's wicked. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Dan,
Thanks.
Yes?
you still there? Just out of interest, why Lynn and not Jade?
Oh, because... Oh, sorry, Jade just bugged the hell out of me. She's just such an irritating little child.
Okay, that'll do, Dan. Thanks a lot. Sorry, I thought we were going to stop the virtues of Lynn.
Keep them on.
Okay, your SMS, a.k.a. text messages, are scrolling along the screen in our crawler at the moment. Next up, we should have Chris from London. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Dermot.
You all right?
How you doing? I'm fine, thanks, yeah.
Brill. What's your question, mate?
Lynn, how did you feel when you kind of first came out of the house and you could see and hear all the crowd booing?
Yeah.
How did you feel?
That, again, was not very nice at all, but I just, I've got a feeling that these people are rent-a-crowd, so I'm not really taking it much to heart.
No, good on you. I think Jade would probably have had a lot louder boos, actually.
All right, thanks a lot,
Thank
Chris.
you.
And we should have another Lynn on line 1 again. Hey, Lynn. Hello, Lynn.
It's Sue.
Hello?
It's Sue.
Oh, beg your pardon. Sorry, I've got Lynn on my brain. Sue, beg your pardon. Go for it.
Hi, Lynn. If you'd won Big Brother, what would you have done with the 70,000?
Sue, you devil.
I would have thrown a really big party for all my family and friends, and I would have probably banked quite a lot of it, actually. It's quite boring, really, but I've never had much money, so I would like to try and make it, I would invest it, try and make it grow a bit more.
Oh, good girl. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Okay. What are you going to be doing this week?
This week, I think I'm going to be coming in here quite a lot.
Are you? Oh, fantastic. Good. Sorry, surely I should be saying that. Don't get me wrong, I'm very glad you are, but it's not a problem at all. I was just wondering what it felt to be the first person to be kicked out of Big Brother. Are you relieved, or you wish you could be back there? Are you going to be watching 24 hours a day as from Perth?
I don't really wish I was back there, no. It was beginning to be quite strenuous for me. But it wasn't nice the way I was evicted. You know, it was quite a nasty one for them to pull, and I think I would have really grown on everyone if I'd stayed in a bit longer.
Got to leave it now. Thank you very much. We'll see you this week.
Thank you.
We'll see you again. Thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow at E4, 7 o'clock. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.